Shea Gilders-Alexander quite literally had the best individual season of all time. He got an MVP. He has an NBA championship, a finals MVP, a scoring title, all-star, unanimous first team all-NBA. He has votes for all defensive team, most wins in the league, Western Conference MVP. This guy is unreal. He's doing stuff that Jordan ain't do. He's doing stuff that Steph Curry ain't do. And if you really think about it, Shea is on a Michael Jordan trajectory. He's 26 years old. And when you think about what he has accomplished in this season, if he keeps this up and this Thunder team is young, J-Dub is young, you talk about J-Dub, you talk about Shea, that's Scotty, that's Jordan to me. So, of course, that when you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. And there's all this talk about Anthony Edwards being the next Jordan. And I think we've actually come to realize that the guy who's the next Jordan is right in front of our eyes. It's Shai, bro. And with the Celtics being hurt, the Pacers being hurt, gonna talk about Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, I'm looking at this NBA, and the Rockets can't sneeze at them because they did get Kevin Durant. But I look at the Thunder, I say, y'all are primed to be the next dynasty of the NBA. And I've said this all series long. The Thunder winning the championship was dependent on J-Dub or Chet because we knew what Shea was going to do. We know Shea will always deliver. He hasn't folded in a series in his career, at least being with the Thunder. And J-Dub, he went crazy. And then in game 7, Chet defensively and offensively at times showed up and helped Shea along the way. But the Thunder are not in this position if Shea doesn't single-handedly close out the game in game 4. The Thunder could have been down 3-1, and they would have lost this series if they were down 3-1. And then in game 7, Shea is the guy that keeps them afloat. He keeps them at bay, and he keeps them in the ballpark to make a run that they did in that third quarter and in that fourth quarter to seal the game. So this is amazing. I mean, I got to talk about Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. It sucks to see what happened with Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, like, I see a guy who he is a superstar, and he reminds me a lot of Jalen Hurts. And the way that he fought through his injury to still try to give his team a chance. And while he tried to come back and he fought valiantly and he played incredible, it showed that he actually did have a calf strain, and that's why he tore his Achilles. We saw it. We're going to see. It's going to come out. He tore his Achilles. It's the same exact thing that happened to Kevin Durant in 2019. And Kevin Durant, he suffered a calf strain. So when you suffer a calf strain and you play on that leg, you're susceptible to tear your Achilles. That's what it is. Now, some folks are going to say, well, he shouldn't have played. It's game 7, cuz. It's game 7, cuz. So hindsight's always 2020. You can say, hey, like they shouldn't have played him. What if they don't play him at all and they get blown out? Then you're going to be saying, why didn't you play him? It's game 7. So you're not going to win with that. Ultimately, you have to play your best player in the biggest game of the year. You have to. And if he gets injured, that's the risk that he takes. And that's what it is. That's what it is. The Pacers as a team were phenomenal. Pascal Siakam, I mean, he's making his MVP. He's making his Hall of Fame case for sure. And he's showing why he is a winner. That Raptors series, that Raptors whole, era, him and Kawhi, that wasn't no fluke. TJ McConnell is on a legendary run for a role player. legendary run. It felt like every time this brother hit a mid-range shot, it was going in. And we got to talk about Rick Carlisle, who has an argument to be, I don't know, the best coach in the league, but top 3. If you want to say best coach in the league, I don't blame you. But you probably have to reserve that for Mark Daigneault with the Thunder. But ultimately, like, again, I look at this and I got friends that's going to text me and be like, hey, bro, like this NBA finals, it don't feel like the past NBA finals. And I agree with that. I think 2 things can be true. Did I enjoy the hoops? I enjoyed the hoops. But was I as intrigued as I would be if it was LeBron and the Knicks, or if it was LeBron and the Sixers, or if it was, Curry and Bron in the finals again? I would be more intrigued from that. My friend texted me. He said, bro, does this game 7 feel like game 7 to you? I was like, now that you think about it, like, no, it felt like a regular game. I'm walking to the grocery store. I'm like, oh, shoot. It's the NBA Finals, game 7. Like back in 2017 or 2016, I watched it with my dad. It was a whole thing. It felt like a ritual, like game 7, Bron versus Steph. I'm out there screaming like my head cut off, bruh. For real. And it's a little bit different, but I don't think that can be used to discredit what the Thunder have done this season. They've shown that they're the best team in the league. They show that they have the best player in the league. I will say it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the best player in the league. And I will say it again. He is on the Michael Jordan trajectory. Like, do I need to list his stuff again? You know what? I'm going to do that. All-star, scoring title, unanimous first-team All-NBA. He has votes for the All-Defensive team. He has the MVP, most wins in the league, Western Conference MVP, title, and Finals MVP. Steph Curry is the only guy that has come close to that, minus the whole conference MVP thing, but he did not finish the job in 2016. He lost. But whether it's LeBron or Jordan, like, what we talking about, bruh? I have the stats on Jordan. Matter of fact, I take that back. Jordan did do everything Shai did. In the 95-96 season, Jordan did this. Just without the conference MVP because it didn't exist then. So I'll say it again. Like, if we look at Shai's season in totality, it's the best season since Jordan in 96. They're the only guys that have an all-star, a scoring title, unanimous first team All-NBA selection, all defensive team votes, MVP, most wins, NBA title, Finals MVP. So it's going to be guys like me that are leading the campaign talking about hey, look, Shai is the next Jordan. And we're going to ride that wave because we're projecting. We are projecting to the future. Not to mention that you got a guy in Shai who got a fly shoe too, just like Jordan. Converse, I might rock them Jones, bro. So they got it all. And my last point, like with Shai, and my last point for the episode is like, remember after game 3 and Shai wasn't really phased, he was very nonchalant with it. It reminded me of Jalen Hurts because Shai, win or lose, he's staying the same. A lot of times they get on certain players for not, like, quote unquote, caring a lot in losses, but then they praise him for that exact same attitude in wins. So if Jalen Hurts, when the Eagles were winning and he was nonchalant, it was cool. Oh, this guy, he's amazing. Oh, such a leader. And then he does the same exact thing when they lose. And it's like, he's got to be more emotional. He's got to show more emotion. He's got to do this, do that. He don't really care for real. And so both these guys are very, very similar in how they really keep the main thing. and stay having that tunnel vision. And so you talk about the Jordans and the Kobe. Shai is the man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're going to talk a lot more about the draft, about the Sixers, about just what this whole means, because you're talking about some Tyrese Halliburton is going to be out for next season. That's another team in the East that's out of there. That's not going to do nothing. They're not doing anything without Tyrese Halliburton. So it's actually another team that's out the way for the Sixers to go out here and use that momentum to get to the finals. I'm trying to see my Sixers. I'm greedy. I like my Eagles winning, and I want my Sixers to win. And so that's the goal. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, we was on Nightcap talking about Lamar. They had Shannon Sharp showing love, all that stuff. So, like, that John was great. That John was great. And it's going to be more. I know folks was like, hey, you a fan? Next time I record, bro, or it might be next week, I'm going to have all my degrees in the background. And I'm going to have the logo all there. Because y'all be playing me talking about some fan. I can pop it, but we trying to stay humble. But we going to pop it because sometimes you got to pop it sometimes. Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're talking MJ where I know I'll always keep it real. I'm out, y'all. It's hot as hell in this joint. We out.